Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, listen, listen. Big Manscape in the building. Use code Brunson, save 20% off. You can still make sure you knock out Christmas, you know what I mean, for the rest of the holiday season in this month. Go ahead and take care of that. Shop at Manscape. Get the Lawnmower 4.0s, all that good stuff that they got to offer for you guys for the holiday season. It's been a lot of, debate on the final throw actually of the Eagles game against the New York Giants, where Devontae Smith was open or appeared to be open, and the decision was made to throw the ball to Jalen Reagor, who dropped the touchdown pass. It's really 50-50, even with the community, even sometimes with how I feel. Sometimes I feel like there was a window where Devontae Smith was open if he throws the ball at the right time. But I feel like at that right time, he had a defensive end diving at him, moved him off his spot. When he reset his feet, he was on to the next progression. And the safety was already over or going that way towards Devontae, which made Jalen Reagor probably the easier throw at that time. But, for real, it's just water under the bridge at this point. I mean, would if the play was drawn up for Devontae Smith, that's probably where he should have went. Nick Sirianni said the play was drawn up for Devontae Smith. But, really, can you really be mad at Jalen Reagor getting the opportunity? I mean, it's like we're so mad that he got the opportunity. We're not even mad that he dropped the ball. I mean, at some point, Devontae Smith is going to run into double coverages. If you go get a pocket passing quarterback, Devontae Smith will see the fruits of that. He will be the first one to see the fruits of that from a pocket passing quarterback. Other teams will then double team Devontae Smith. So what's going to happen with the rest of the guys? They got to be able to hold their own. But if Devontae Smith was the guy on that possession, if he was the first progression, you should be looking at him first. And he came, well, it's so tricky, this play, because he came from the opposite side of the field. He came from the right side of the field into the vision of the left side. By that time, it's bottom line for me, I'm saying that Jalen Reagor should catch that ball. With how bad Jalen Hurts played, he was on the money on that last drive with the guys that he threw the ball to. You know what I mean? Do I wish he would have threw it to Smitty? I think it probably was an easier throw. It was less people around the ball. But if the ball hit a wide receiver in the hands, come on, man. What are we really talking about? It's not a matter of what anybody thinks about Jalen Hurts at this point. The matter is other people doing their job. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. We can't let, the bad play of the quarterback negate from the fact that 3 touchdown passes were dropped. 8 total this season. As bad as up and down as the quarterback has been, in the eyes of a lot of the fan base, he had 8 dropped touchdowns this season. 3 in this game alone. You know what I mean? It's just so many missed opportunities with this offense as of now, and it's just like I mean, the penalties, the drop touchdowns, the missed receivers, those all equate to, just missed opportunities. And we missed a lot of opportunities. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line for real. Missed opportunities is the reason why we, lost this game. The turnovers, you lost the game by 6, but you threw 3 turnovers, you threw 3 interceptions. I mean, if you get those 3 field goals, that's 9 points on the board. It's 9 points on the board. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It's 9 points on the board. You know what I mean? I'm going to say you're going to get at least 2 of those field goals, and you'll be able to tie the game. You know what I mean? Because both of them were on the opposite. 2 of them were on the opposite side of the 50. I mean, we just got to do better with our decision making all across the board. Like I said, man, I don't think the coaches lost this game. A lot of people are saying that Nick Sirianni could have ran the ball more in the first half. He probably could have, but overall, he didn't do a bad job. Overall, the drives didn't end because of lack of running. A lot of the drives ended because of turnovers and interceptions. I mean, he was doing just fine. You know what I mean? He was knocking on the door at the end of the second half. But, that's neither here nor there, man. We got to focus on the Jets, because now this Jets game turns into a must-win, especially with Washington winning. And, it would be in the best interest of the team, or in the best interest of Jalen Hurts for real, for at this point, is to do whatever he got to do this week so he can, suit up. Do whatever you got to do. You know, they saying he's nursing some sore ankles. And you know, Gardner Minshew is a guy who's shown arm talent before. You know, and a lot of the fan base is you know, clamoring over the possibilities of him starting because the last 3 weeks of football had him happy, and this one game, everything just gets reversed. Everything just gets reversed. Now it's, oh, we get a chance to look at Gardner Minshew. And Gardner Minshew probably can beat the Jets with the offensive weapons that we got. Jalen Hurts can beat the Jets with the offensive weapons that we got. You know what I mean? It's just about, you know, who's going to be the starting quarterback so we can get a gauge of how this offense is going to look. You know, I wonder about the health of Jordan Howard because Jordan Howard is a durable back. You know what I mean? Him not, you know, him being out, you know, because of the hit that he took in the week prior to this week. You know, I mean, a lot of guys would be nicked up from a hit like that. But, you know, Miles Sanders is having ankle issues. Jalen Hurts is having ankle issues. You know, when you're running the ball like that, man, that catches up to you. When your quarterback is doing a lot of these physical things, this type of stuff catches up to you. You get nicked up. You might get hit. You might get some bumps, bruises, and scrapes. But I just think it has to be filtered down. We have to make a point of emphasis to get the ball to our number one draft pick, our first round Heisman winning wide receiver. We got to get the ball to the tight end we just paid. We got to get the ball to some of those guys. They got to be 1A and 1B, man. That's just the bottom line at this point. Yeah, I know Jalen Reagor also is a first round draft pick, but you know, what has Jalen Reagor shown us for real? Has Jalen Reagor shown us that he deserves more snaps than Quez Watkins or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? I just don't think Greg Ward I don't think Greg Ward should have even made the team for real, over Travis Fulgham. We all fell in love with Greg Ward because he was the cream of the crop when nobody was available. Greg Ward has dropped 2 touchdown passes by himself this year. You know what I mean? I'm just sick and tired of the drop touchdown passes at this point. I'm sick and tired of it because it doesn't help. It doesn't help. When you have a quarterback that's learning on the fly and you have guys that have been in the league longer than your quarterback who are dropping his passes, it's just demoralizing. It's demoralizing because all is forgiven if Jalen Reagor catches one of those 2 passes. One of those 2 passes. We're not talking about a loss right now. We're talking about, damn, Hurts played bad, but he still battled back. That would be the narrative right now. He played bad, but he still battled back. Some people will still be saying that he played bad. Some people will still be saying that he played bad. And you know, a lot of people don't like when other people don't agree that Jalen Hurts is just completely garbage. A lot of people don't like that. You know, and to be fair, a lot of people wasn't saying that the last 3 weeks of football. That's why I called this New York Giants game a trap game. We were hot. The Giants were looking to, you know, cool down that fire, and they did that. It's all about how you respond. It's all about how Jalen Hurts responds. It's all about how Jalen Reagor responds. It's all about all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with benching Jalen Reagor. I don't. You know what I'm saying? You got to let him play through it. You invested a first round pick in him, man. You got to go out there and give him the proper opportunity and the proper chance. You probably got to give him his whole rookie contract to see what you really got in him. You got to give him his whole rookie contract. Sad to say, but that's the truth. That's the price you pay when you draft somebody this high. This is why he's still around. Why you think Nelson Aguilar was around for as long as he was around? Nelson Aguilar even got a 1-year extension because we were so thin at wide receiver. You know what I mean? But the Philadelphia Eagles got to figure something out. They got to figure out who the playmakers are on this team in the passing game, and they got to get the ball to them. I mean, we know who the playmakers are. But it's absolutely no excuse for the amount of targets that some of these guys get in crucial situations. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. So, with that being said, I would like to see more targets for Devontae Smith. I want to see Devontae Smith featured. I want to see him featured on the first drive of the game. Seriously, I want Devontae Smith to get like 5 targets on the next drive of the game. Now, you know, I'm not saying this because I felt like, you know, I felt like he was whining. You know, I felt like we seen the first diva-ish act out of Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really called for because he didn't really get mad until Reagor dropped the ball. You know what I mean? If Reagor catches the ball, I don't see him showing no bad emotion or anything. He didn't get mad until Reagor dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Then he went to the sideline, slammed his helmet. You know what I mean? He felt like he was open. I think Jalen Hurts could have fit the ball in there, even though it was a safety lurking. I think Jalen Hurts, I think a lot of quarterbacks could get that ball in there. All you got to do is throw it with velocity, pretty much, and you get that ball right there. And the safety don't even have time to get over there. You know, he ain't traveling faster than a ball that's going 50 miles an hour if you put it how you supposed to put it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's water under the bridge, man. It's water under the bridge. Like I said, the fan base is torn, between, if he was open and if he was not. You got experts that's torn between if he was open and if he was not. I'm torn between if he was open and if he was not. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. At the end of the day, even though Rager dropped those passes, Boston Scott fumbled, I just still don't feel like we really even deserved to win the game with how bad the offense played, if that makes any sense. But the win would have been nice. We on to the Jets, man. Keys to victory coming up soon. And we going to, we just gonna reflect. We gotta reflect this week. We gotta reflect this week. I was mad, but I'm not as mad as I was. I'm not as mad as I was because looking at the rest of the schedule, the Washington football team, we still played them twice, and those guys are looking like formidable opponents, especially with knocking off the Seattle Seahawks. So we got some work cut out for us, man. We got some work to do if we still want to, make a push for one of these wild card spots. We got to go out here and we got to really dig in and play the best football of the season down the stretch. You know what I mean? This bye is at the right time, in my opinion, for us. Is really, really much needed, after this Jets game. But you got to take care of the Jets first, man. You can't overlook nobody else on this schedule. Everything else is crucial at this point. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, though.